Hi everyone, I'm Engineer Hoist. Sorry I'm late, I was delayed at work a little bit, but we are live today, and welcome to everybody who's already here. Yeah, I'm already getting grief from Sharksy, but welcome to you, Sharksy, and Tim to Grand Galvatron, Primex, 007, Camera More, Red Alert, Grand Galvatron, I think I said you already, Big D, Damon Swinky, Crystal Wisness, Jessica Harner, Hotshot, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So how about we go ahead and get to the news? It's pretty good news, and we've already seen a little bit because the updates have gone out. And I'm trying to switch the thing. There we go. And uh-oh. I gotta go fix this, I think. Oh, nope, showed up now. So Ba Weep, Grana Weep, Nitty Bong, it's time to celebrate G1. Fight hard this weekend to get special G1 power cores. Very cool, very cool. So join us to celebrate the occasion. Put your headphones on and jump back to 1984 with a special event to win G1 power cores for the following bots: Optimus Prime and Megatron, Blaster and Soundwave, Autobot Jazz and Mixmaster, Wheeljack and Shockwave. Each G1 power core will enhance your bots and give them a classic look. So we did see, they put out a little bit of a trailer for that, and I think they maybe showed off in the last week's stream. So it does look pretty cool. It is an individual event. There are no prestiges, double XP, and you got to be headquarters level 4 to tap that event button and select the battle zones. And speaking of the battle zones, it's the standard battle zones that we're accustomed to lately. And here are the prizes. So we've got some 2, 3, and 4-star shards in there, sprinkled in with a little bit of Energon. And also at 1,300 points, you get a G1 Bronze Power Core chip. At 4,750, you get a G1 Silver Power Core chip. And if you complete the event by scoring 10,000 points, you get a Gold G1 Power Core chip. So that's pretty cool. Now, about these chips, as you can imagine, the bronze contains a bronze G1 power core, the silver contains a silver G1 power core, and the gold contains a gold G1 power core for any of those bots that we mentioned at the beginning. And they're repeated here again: Optimus Prime, Blaster, Jazz, and Wheeljack for the Autobots, Megatron, Soundwave, Mixmaster, and Shockwave for the Decepticons. So that seems pretty cool. And in addition to these power cores, we've got a few other things going on. There's the new loading screen. If you've updated the app, which I'm pretty sure it's out for Android, and it's definitely out for iOS, so you should be see a new loading screen, including the screen that you get when you're waiting to go into a battle. There is G1 music from the G1 TV show. It's pretty cool. I generally play with the music off, and I'm still having trouble getting the music onto the stream. And considering that's not game specific, it's other cartoon specific, I'm a little worried about copyright strikes if I were to actually let that go through in the stream. So we won't be hearing that in the stream. Certainly not until I figure out the sound anyway. And it looks like we're going to have a G1 inspired saga with seems like a ton of Easter eggs. It says don't miss a single reference, written by Simon Furman, so that's very cool. And then of course the power cores, which we talked about that. So let's get to a preview of these bots and the power cores and what they do. So here's a picture of Optimus Prime. I do love this pose, that's why it's on the thumbnail, and so that's pretty cool. And there's Megatron, he's got his mace, and yes, they are still meeting, the design of the bots is not changed. It's still the same bots that we've seen, it's just a new skin. You can see the colors are a little more vibrant. You can see it better on Optimus Prime. The colors are a little more vibrant. They've got the windows in his cab chest are a little more cartoony. They've, as far as like the reflections go, and I think they've got a little bit more of an outline to it. So the design of the bots is still the same, but they will be just a little bit of a more cartoony color palette. Texatron, I don't know if we'll be able to get those power cores for the opposite faction. It doesn't say in here. That might be a good question for the stream tomorrow. But as you can see, for the G1 Optimus Prime and Megatron, if you put this not only on the bot, not only do you get the new skin, but you also get the ability to, when your health drops below 30%, you become invulnerable to damage and stun effects for a short time. And I imagine the time will increase with the level of the power core. Sounds an awful lot like the Elita 1 specific power core, which I do have one. It's on my 2-star, which I don't think I've had the chance to use it yet. But it's pretty cool. Alexander Rose, they look Devastation style. Yes, very much so. Devastation, definitely what the Transformers Devastation game, if you're not familiar for like consoles and stuff, was very much in tune with the G1 cartoon design and aesthetic as well. So we got Blaster here. And of course his counterpart, Soundwave. He's got his dukes up. He's ready to do some battle. So now their power core is when your minions hit 0 health, they release an EMP, stunning nearby targets for a short time. That's actually pretty cool. It's almost like a minion death pulse. So that's pretty cool. So let's see. Grand Galvatron says for Optimus Prime, it's better than gluing the Matrix on his chest. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one. That's pretty funny. So moving on, we got Jazz. You can see there. And Mixmaster, and I like this one. It increases their orbital strike damage, so it's almost basically like a volatile mixture for specific to Jazz and Mixmaster. And this one is pretty cool. I kind of wouldn't mind having one of these, especially if we get the gold one. So yeah, I like this ability. And the last one you got is Wheeljack and Shockwave. Now their G1 power core increases the power of the heal beam and gives the bot that you're healing an attack speed boost. So it kind of combines their special ability with the healing beam. And that's something I don't think we've seen before, and that's actually pretty cool. So not only do you get the healing, you get to do a little bit more damage while you're healing. So that is actually a pretty cool core to have on there. And also because the fact that it increases the healing beam is very much like the Ray boosters, but it has the added ability that it increases attack speed. So I think this would actually be a good alternate for Ray boosters if you happen to have that on your Wheeljack or Shockwave right now. So overall, I think that's actually really good choices of abilities for the power cores. And not only are they available in the event, they are also going to be available as the power cores that you get from duplicates of these bots when you open them with crystals. So that's pretty cool. And they say there will be more coming soon. In fact, they already hinted at Skywarp getting one, which would give him the ability to teleport. So that, I think, would be really cool. So let's see. The Jazz one is only a 0.5 increase over Volatile Mixture Core. Well, still, if it's stronger than a Volatile Mixture Core, I mean, I think that's a good way to go, you know? Or even if it's just exactly the same as a Volatile Mixture Core, might as well put that in, especially if you get it, because those Volatile Mixture Cores are a little hard to come by, especially gold ones. You know, so... And that's it for the news. Just as usual, we end with a reminder that the Transformers Earth Wars team does do a stream on Thursdays at 4 p.m. Universal Time, which is noon Eastern Time for anybody living in the U.S. And I see a lot of you guys in the stream, so you know what time it is, and you probably already are subscribed and have notifications to their channel. So, but yeah, it's on Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, and I'm not aware of anywhere else. So, let's see. Let's head over to the game. Now, since I started late, because of work and all that, I am running a little low on energy, so I don't know how much longer we'll be sticking around. And I'm not sure who you are there, Meta GW Soldier, trying to contact me online. Doing the stream right now if you're watching, and I'll try to get back to you afterwards. So we do have a alliance war going on. Now this is pretty interesting. I don't know how this actually happened. When I got done, you probably saw my crystal cracking video from yesterday. I actually recorded that video this past weekend. I just didn't get a chance to put it up, and I was just shy of another 4-star crystal. I don't know how it happened, but somehow must have got a 3-star dupe that I didn't know of or whatever, but I have a 4-star crystal to open. So that's pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and get that. Let's see, Autobot Centuritron. Yes, it is a solo event. It's one of the 10,000 point individual events, and you can get a bronze, a silver, and a gold G1 power core chip. The gold core is obviously at the 10,000 point. The silver one comes about halfway through, and the bronze one is about 1,300. So you do get a chance to get some of these G1 power core chips. So it's pretty cool. All right. So let's go ahead and crack open this 4-star crystal. And I see you guys already calling for rust dust. Yes, thank you so much. Let's hope it's rust dust. Is it going to be rust dust, or is it going to be 5-star shards, or a healer? I wouldn't mind getting a wheeljack, or a ratchet even, or first aid. Let's see how we go. Now, and it's 5-star shards with a duplicate Alpha Bravo. What kind of core do we get? Flak jacket. Yeah, I got plenty of those. Not enough pots to put them on. That's okay. That's okay. Does Alita 1 have a specific bot crystal? Yes, actually she does. Let's go ahead and go take a look at that. And oh look, they've got the G1 core spot there. You can't tap on it, or you can try tapping on it, but it doesn't open. Let's go over to the bot specific cores and see, here is Alita 1's armor. I don't know if you could read that, but it says when your health drops below 30%, you become invulnerable to damage and stun effects. This is a bronze power core at level 1 for 4.5 seconds. So, like I said, this is the same ability as the G1 Optimus Prime and Megatron power cores. And so that's pretty cool. Now, it does actually change her look. And let's go ahead and go take a look at that. I unfortunately don't have a 3 or a silver or gold Alita power core, so I just still have that rejuvenate on my 4-star Alita 1, and it's working really well for her. And honestly, I might just leave that on her, even if I get one of those other cores. Where is she? I think I passed her. Yeah, there she is. Nope, I want to do this. So if she just quits moving around, you can kind of see there on her right arm that's basically like the foot of the combiner foot, along with the little power core or the prime core thing that comes with her. To quit moving around, trying to show off your armored stuff. So that's kind of with the toy, and there's supposed to be one on the other arm too, but I think they've got an alignment issue or whatever, because it's kind of inside her arm. But it does actually put that on, and that is true to the toy. You can actually the toy has those little guns there, but they are just kind of pegged into a 5mm port. You can totally take those off and put the little combiner feet on her shoulders too. So there's that. So there's that. Nah, I'm not going to be buying any bundles, because I've got all the smoke screens, and yeah. So, but I'm not made of money. I can't just keep buying. I buy enough. Like I said, I ended up doing those extra bundles there, really hoping for first aid or a Trax. So So yeah, I mean, sure, even the smokescreen crystals do give you the ability to get other bots there, but it does have a higher ability of getting the ones that you have there. So I generally like to get the ones that I'm trying to chase. I'm not opposed to the other ones, but you know. So, but hey, you got pulled a 3-star smokescreen. That's pretty cool. Alex Andrews saying triple healers, OP zone 13 base. Wow. Oh man, red alert going into 4 a.m. working 10-hour days. Yeah, man, that's definitely true. Texatron, do we know what bundle we'll be having during the event? If you watch closely during the stream tomorrow, you'll probably be able to figure it out. Usually, if they, I don't think they try to stay off of the base screen like you have here, but it cycles through the bundles that it's going to have up there like it does normally. Like where it's saying smokescreen bundle right now and just change to treasure bundle. If you watch closely in that spot during the stream, you'll get an idea, and usually it cycles through the bundles that are available on the weekend and the bundles that are going to be available for the following week. And you can usually get an idea of what's going to be what. Because like say for example, if they had an Elite 1 bundle showing up there and a, I don't know, Bumblebee bundle, you can be pretty sure the Elite 1 bundle is going to be the weekend one and the Bumblebee bundle would be the next one. And now but you have to be quick and try to catch it because they don't always go onto this part of the screen sometimes. And I think they try to avoid that sometimes because I think they know we're looking for it. But if it does show up there, keep your eyes peeled. So let's see. Damon Swinky got 4-star Ultra Magnus from a 4-star Shard Crystal during the last event. Wow, man, that's a nice pull. Oh, look at Alexander Rose saying, if I had the first aid avatar, maybe I could have got him. You're right. Yeah, I wasn't following my avatar little rules there. Hey, you know, I think I know where those extra 4-star shards came from. I just hit level 79, player level 79 when I pulled a bot just out of research lab just before here. So I guess one of the it didn't show up on the screen. You know, normally how it shows up on the screen, hey, here's a few coins, here's some shards or whatever. It must have given me some 4-star shards there because I was like 50 shards away from the 4-star crystal, then all of a sudden I have it. So it must have come from that bump up to level 79. That's my guess. Let's see. Oh, yes, Grand Galvatron, the 4-star kickback in Straxus. Yes, you saw my last video. I did actually... that was pretty unbelievable. All this time I didn't have a single 4-star Decepticon, and then I got 2 of them from 2 consecutive crystals. That's crazy. And neither one of them was the character that it was going for. So not that I needed a 4-star reflector. I would have actually been pretty upset with the 4-star reflector, considering I don't have any 4-star healer Autobots. But I would have got over it very fast. But the other one was what, a Cutthroat crystal, and I think Straxus is probably better, gooder. Yeah. I speak goods. But yeah, I think Straxus is probably a better pull than a Cutthroat at this point for a 4-star. I don't know. Cutthroat's pretty good. He's a good support bot. So, but yeah, I've been leveling these guys. I got them both, I think, to level 20. So, and I'm not sure if I updated their. Yeah, I did update. Yeah, I did upgrade their abilities to level 3. I haven't taken many of my Decepticons above level 3. I think I took Deathsaurus above level 3. And he's the guy I do all of the Decepticon leveling with. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I do like the new cores there, William. I'm digging the abilities. Maybe not so much the Optimus and the Megatron ones, because I really haven't used the Elita Power Core because it's the same ability. You know, so, but being invincible for a short time or for however long it is, I think could be pretty useful. But definitely the Definitely the other ones are, I think, have some pretty good use. Let's see. Hey Tim, don't worry about it, man. Let's see. What do we got over here? Oh, we got some replays there. Death Bombers got a new team. I ever played Devastation? Oh, of course I played Transformers Devastation. I'm pretty sure I beat it, maybe like on the easy level. And I started going back through it, trying to find all the little things. And if I recall, I was actually working through it with trying to beat everything with Bumblebee. And but I haven't played it in a very long time. Let's see. So who do we got here? We got 4-star Cosmos. We got Ultra Magnus. We got Springer, Swoop, Cup, Snarl, and Jazz. We got Swoop in the air, causing some damage. We got Snarl there, rushing in, backing up Cup. Uh-oh, that laser found him. And Jazz going over there. Boom! Tried to take out that laser, didn't quite get it. But you got the shock towers with some help from Ultra Magnus. Oh, he's got Swoop up in the air, working on that shock tower in the headquarters and those mortars. Meanwhile, you got some Predacons down here fighting the Wreckers. Oh, looks like the Wreckers are winning. Oh, we lost one of them. Oh no, he just bounced. Very cool, very cool. Oh no, Cosmos is down. Oh no, Cup might be going down. Oh, we've still got Swoop and Springer and Jazz, but we got Brawl throwing some gunning at him. But nope, he's there. All right, they're working on this auto cannon. Let's go get some more ability points with this thing. Oh, that's a nice use of Springer. Oh, didn't heal him quite enough before that cannon took him down. Oh, you guys are going the wrong way. Wrong way, guys. Oh, it annoys me. I've had it sometimes where the bots will actually go like just shy of the headquarters and then start working backwards towards get everything else. That's crazy. But you know, that's how it happens, because it's the headquarters just a little bit too far away, and then it goes back and has to clean up everything. Let's go ahead and fast forward through this. And we lost Springer. I think we're going to lose Jazz. Yeah. And let's see, and that replay there, and we got another replay from Hot Shot, so we'll go ahead and get that done. Let's see. Look at that 4-star Trax and Swoop, and we've also got Stormclash, Skylynx, Wheeljack, Rust Dust, and Inferno. Nice mix of bots there. And like usual, we've got Swoop up in the air causing some damage. That's a good plan there. I think we just used the Incendiary Barrage from Rust Dust there for a little bit. Oh, he's got the Inferno ability, causing extra damage for everybody. Very good. Oh, and we've got it again. He did it again, so causing extra damage, extra damage. He's got Inferno there on the headquarters, and Rust Dust is there on the headquarters too. Looks like Trax and oh, we put the smoke screen down with Trax too to help protect those guys. That was a nice use of the abilities there. All right, let's see. Sharksy says he's going to be close to his 5th 4-star this week. Cool, 300 shards off. Yeah, and if I recall, let's go back and look. Let's count them up. Oh man, there's lots of pictures here. We got 600 4-star shards available in the event. So if you can get up to 7,500, you'd end up with 600 4-star shards. So if you can score 7,500, you should have your 4-star crystal. Oh, John Stewart saying he needs a 3-star Ironhide to complete that Optimus Maximus combiner. Speaking of which, I've got him upgrading right now, but I did upgrade him to the 4-star, but I've got him going to level 8 right now because I had enough spark. Figured might as well. So there he is. and that added the shock fire missiles. I haven't used him in battle yet, though. Is 2-star Skylynx good? Yeah, 2-star Skylynx is pretty darn good. He's obviously not as strong as the 3-star or the 4-star, but he's still good to use on a team. Let's see. Oh yeah, the Death Bomber. Let's go check out Death Bomber's base. All right, well, let's see what kind of power cores you got on there. You got a cannon. You got a. There you go. You got some pretty good power cores there. Let's see. Yeah, you got your shock tower there. This guy over here is useless, because I think any bot is going to, any attacker is going to drop down this way, because you got a lot of ability points over here. So you have this pretty well defended with that turret there and that laser, and they got to go through this cannon and this mortar and that mortar, and this cannon's close to your headquarters. This cannon might be a little out of the way. This one, the range, this is only protecting the combiner lab, and this turret over here is practically useless. Your missile launcher is actually a pretty decent location. It's definitely a different layout. I do like how essentially you are kind of daring people to start over here on the right hand side and to try to load up. And but I would definitely find some other place for that little laser turret. Otherwise, if it works for you, keep working it, because I think it's a it's a unique layout, but I think it's a pretty good layout, except for that little laser turret. See, blue charge. Who do I put the Vector Prime Core on? You know, I don't have the Vector Prime Core, so I don't. I can't really say for sure from experience, but my guess is anybody that tends to rush in and die quickly, Drift might be a good one, because he tends to move a little faster than everybody else and jump over walls, and you tend to rush him in. Optimus Primal's another one who always seems to be out in front of everybody. Maybe even one of the scouts like Bumblebee or Rust Dust or Perceptor, because they're quick little bots too, and tend to run into trouble faster than anybody else. So those might be good options. Grand Galvatron says there's got Vector Prime, put it on the Black Arachnia. Yes, another scout bot, very similar to Cheetor. Cheetor's counterpart. So yeah, definitely one of the scout bots that moves quickly. I think would probably be a good one. So Jeremy Plays is asking, should we replace a 600 4-star Huffer with a 3-star 300 first aid? Depends. Do you need a healer? If you need a healer, then maybe. Or I would ask, what other bots do you have that you could replace? Because a 4-star Huffer at 600 power is actually pretty good. But maybe not if you've got a whole bunch of other. If he's your weakest bot, then maybe if you need a healer. It's not always about the strongest team. It's about having the best mix. Because like if I went by power, so if I just took all the strongest bots, that'd be Skylynx, Star Saber, Elita 1, Optimus Prime, Grimlock, Jumpstream, Optimus Primal. That's a pretty decent lineup. Because you do have Elita 1 and Star Saber. Okay, so maybe this is a bad example. But if you didn't have, say, all of those in there, before you had like Elita 1 and Star Saber, I mean, it would be like, for a lot of people when they're first starting out, the strongest bots are going to be like Optimus Prime, jump stream, you know, a bunch of tanks. So like if your strongest bots are just a bunch of tanks, then maybe it's not. That's not what I meant to do. Maybe it's not the best way to go. Yeah, so even on the Decepticons, for me, the strongest bots, you know, would be Deathsaurus, Dead End, Hunger, Long Haul, Swindle, Galvatron. But see, I'm not a big fan of that team because I don't have any air support, and I'd have so you know, or if I wanted a healer on there, I'd have to go down here and get Hook, all the way down here, way below everybody else, and then for air support, I'd have to go down to get Starscream. And so if that's what I wanted for my team, then it wouldn't be a matter of having the strongest bots, but it's a matter of having the right bots, you know. So that's why you can switch about and you can play with them, and you know. So yeah, me too. Red Alert. I'm not so sure what the status of those first bots who attacked in that comic. I don't know if anybody ended up dying like the first wave, because I know he and Perceptor were in that first wave. So we'll see. That was a pretty good issue that came out today. Sharksy's asking, what's my opinion on 4-star Rampage or Slug? Love them. Love them. Very, very good bots. He's right up there. He's nearing level 50, and the only reason he's so low is because I haven't leveled up his ability much. He's only a level 4 ability, and a lot of these other bots have level 5. I've got level 5 on Sludge. I think Primal's at level 5, and Grimlock. Well, Grimlock's just a stronger bot, but he's at level 5. And Elita 1's at 6. I think Skylink's is 6, and Starsaber is the highest ability level I've got, is level 7. So they're all quite a bit higher than Slug, just because I haven't upgraded his ability quite as high. But I do like him. He's one of the bots on my strongest team. And if you get him right, if you line it up right, you can leave a whole trail of fire in his on his path and cause a lot of damage as he goes by, before he goes and starts pounding on the bot that you targeted. Will I do a video on 4-star Optimus Maximus? You know, I suppose I should. I did that for Superion and Volcanicus, didn't I? Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that, but I might as well. Thanks for the reminder. Strafe is swoop. Did I say strafe? I'm so used to saying strafe. But yes, swoop. If you hear me say strafe, I mean swoop. Just kind of like in my last video when I said Scorponok, I meant Unicron. Yeah. Is 3-star Rodimus Prime a good bot? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I got my 3-star Rodimus Prime. Because see, here's the thing with Rodimus Prime. His ability works off of the damage of the other bots. So it doesn't matter if he's a 2-star, a 3-star, or a 4-star. If you put him on a team with strong other bots, the ability will work just the same. And really, when you upgrade it, it just upgrades the time. So here's who I've got my 3-star Rodimus Prime on. He right now is level 44 with a level 4 Matrix Burst. And see, it makes the allies deal 207% of their damage over 5 seconds. So 207% of their damage. So 207% of Jazz or RCs or Warpaths or Pyromagnas or Windblade's damage. It's 200% of that damage, not 200% of Rodimus Prime's damage. So yes, 3-star, 4-star, 2-star Rodimus Prime is a really good ability. And why does it take so long to reach 50? That's just how it is, you know. Let's see. Did I see the Punch Counterpunch toy that got revealed? Oh yes, I want that so bad. punch counter punch is awesome. It's one of my one of the toys that I still have. I don't know if he's nearby. Hang on a second. Okay, I think I know where he is, but it's going to involve a little bit too much time to try to dig him out. But yes, I have the G1 punch counter punch, and I am definitely looking forward to getting that new punch counter punch. Let's see. Have I got Studio Series Ironhide? No, I haven't found that yet. Oh, you know what? Considering that this is a G1 celebration, Generation 1, I gotta show this to you guys. If you follow me on any of my social media, you saw a picture of him already. This bot is pretty special to me because I had a version of him when I was younger, and he's one of the few that did not make it through to adulthood. Quite a few of them did. This guy didn't, and is probably the only one that I remember having and was disappointed that it didn't make it. G1 Metroplex. So remember last week I showed off the Masterpiece breakdown in Red Alert. And I went over to meet Red Alert, who was joined us on the stream last week, and those I actually had gotten for him. So I went and took those over to him at the comic shop that he works at, and they had this guy there on the shelf, and he was pretty pricey, but they had a sale, and I had some store credit. And all that said and done, I walked away with this guy for like 14 bucks. So, and he's 100% complete. It's very cool. So let's go to. It's got the instructions. They're not in the greatest condition, but they're there and they're complete. I think it looks like it got ripped and taped up a little bit, but it's there. You got Scamper, the little black car. And like it was before, unlike the one that came with Generations where he actually transforms, this guy, that's all he transforms, and his arms are there hanging off the back. You gotta take those guns off to to make the actual robot. So that's pretty cool. And he does came with the little gun that he would be able to hold. It came with some of these missiles. These were the missiles that actually plug into the large red guns. They came with 3 of them, and one of them's still on the little sprue, so that's pretty cool. Got Slammer, the little tank. He doesn't transform into a robot. He does actually, though. You can plug him in. Like, I think you can take this piece out and plug him in as a when he's like in base mode or something like that. And of course you got six gun here. And the reason why is because he's literally made up of 6 guns. That's 1 gun, that's 2 gun, that's 3 gun, that's 4 gun, 5 gun, 6 gun. And he even has as if his arm wasn't already made up of a double gun, he comes with another gun that he can hold. So he's kind of 6 gun with a gun, so that's like, is he like 7 gun? So, but yeah, so that's pretty cool. You can kind of see these are the larger guns that Metroplex holds, and they just kind of plug in there, and got a little bit of cleanup to do on him, but otherwise, I mean, it's in really good condition. And even came with the tech specs and a tech spec decoder. Look at that. I always used to love this as a kid, and it got to the point, I don't know why, but if you try really hard, you can actually see that blue line in there even without the decoder. But I do think that it's really cool that when you put that on there, it really makes it stand out. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Whoever didn't put stickers on, but they did still have the sticker sheet available, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, it was folded, and it did fold across a number of these stickers, and I just don't see how they're going to stick on very well. But I do have a set of repro labels ordered to put on in place of these. So I'm just going to leave these on the sticker sheet, and I'll be putting repro labels on this guy. But all in all, if we want to see if we can move in on this guy a little bit, he's in really good shape. I mean, the ratchets still work pretty good. Got a little bit of wear on the chrome on his legs. I don't know if you can see, but the chrome on his face is pristine. It's fantastic, and that's really the important one. And his little rub sign works. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, there. And let's see, it does have this little piece, and I think these stickers actually came pre-applied on the bot. Same thing with these ones on the side, because there's no place for them on the sticker sheet. And also the helipad stickers that are underneath the chest there, and rubber wheels. It's got rubber wheels, and the wheels are actually in really good shape. Not a whole lot of dry rot, if any, at all, on these wheels, which is pretty amazing. Because my G1 hot rod that I got had rubber wheels, and they've got some terrible dry rot on them. But yeah, this guy was in really great condition, and I was very, very fortunate to find this guy. And essentially, it came in trade for those from Red Alert. So thank you, buddy. Thank you for that, and for finding him and helping get me hooked up with this guy. So I definitely looking forward to getting him cleaned up a little bit and getting those stickers on him. And I also ordered a set of stickers for G1 Hoist, because I got a reissue Hoist, and for some reason it didn't come with the stickers. So I ordered a set of stickers for that one. I've got a whole lot of stickers that I ordered that I still haven't put on. I just don't seem to get to them. I don't know why. Yeah, so the only gun combiner we'll ever get. Yeah. You know what I want? I haven't done this yet. I wonder how this guy stacks up. This is the third-party 6-gun that goes along with the Combiner Wars Metroplex. He's almost as tall as the G1 Metroplex. That's pretty funny. And definitely got some serious gorilla arms on him, as the TFC toys, kind of a hallmark of them. Oh, I'm dropping things all over the place. Everybody's falling down because I dared to move something on my display. And you know, here's a good pair to actually would go along with the G1 Metroplex too. These guys are Iron Factory. I want to say turrets and manacle. It's the Iron Factory version. They were made to go with Generations Metroplex, except this guy I think is a little too small. That's why I like the other guy. But otherwise, I think he's still really cool, and he's still got the same kind of idea. Although I don't think he has 6 full guns in him. But it's got the same kind of idea. He's got the head, and he's got these guns that stick up, and he's got these guns on his shoulders, even though he's got real fists this time. And this guy is a version of Slammer, and unlike the G1 Slammer, this guy actually transforms and has a robot mode. So these guys, you can see that they're actually kind of a decent scale. Well, he's totally off the top of the thing there, but they're a pretty decent scale. But they were intended to go with the Generations Metroplex because they're in that scale. That's pretty much all of Iron Factory is in that scale. All right, I know I'm missing some questions over here. What's the best duo in Earth Wars? Yeah, I agree with Alex. It depends on the person. Also depends on the situation. For example, I think Cliff Jumper and Jazz or Kickback and Mixmaster I think is a pretty good combo because especially if like you're trying to use the orbital strike and you're just shy of hitting most of the defenses in the zone that you primarily attack. If you send out Cliff Jumper's Glass Gas first, it'll increase the damage that the orbital strike will do, and a lot of times will actually push it right over the edge and actually get it done. So on some of my lower level teams, I like the Cliff Jumper Jazz combo. Yeah, I see Alex Andrews is saying, yeah, with Air Raid as well, because Air Raid's got a large swath of damage too. And so if you're running a little shy of what he can do, dropping Cliff Jumper while that works will get you just that extra little bit to push you over. So so that's kind of what you got to do, is you got to think about like what are the abilities that they do. Do they complement each other? Like a lot of people, I haven't done it myself, but a lot of people will say like Star Saber and Sea Spray tend to work well because if you send Star Saber in, he may not damage everything, but he might damage most of it. And then if you got Sea Spray right behind him and sends in his Whirlwind, it doesn't do a lot of damage. But if there's not much damage needed because Star Saber just went past there, you could actually clear out a whole line. Also, maybe Warpath. Talking Autobots here, of course, Deathsaurus and Octopunch or Skull Cruncher. I'm sorry, Skull Smasher. Kind of anything within in a line damage might be good combos. Yeah, Hot Spot with Trax. Really, any tank with Trax. I currently have Trax on one of my teams with Star Saber, and pretty much my opening move is to find the place where Star Saber will do the most damage, to send him there and immediately send Trax also with the smoke bomb. So yeah, still Skull Cruncher. You know, that's another one that I kind of miss, and I think the only reason why I miss Skull Cruncher, talking about the G1 Skull Cruncher, because I remember I had this G1 Skull Cruncher, and I remember this vividly because I don't remember how old I was, but I remember I was having some teeth pulled because like my baby teeth wouldn't fall out or something like that, like wisdom teeth or something. So my mom had taken me to the doctor to have some teeth pulled, and I'm there. I got the gauze in there, and because I was such a good boy, we got to go to the toy store. Actually, I think it was Service Merchandise. It was Service Merchandise, and if anybody's in Orlando, it was the corner of 1792 and 436. This is how vividly I remember. As a kid, I remember what intersection it was on. And there was the Service Merchandise there, and I went into that store, and I could pick whatever I wanted, I think within reason, and I chose Skull Cruncher. All that's left of him is his tail. I have his tail sword, a Skull Cruncher, and nothing else. Everything else from that G1 Skull Cruncher is gone. So Skull Cruncher does kind of have a special place in my heart, not just for that particular toy, but also as a character. That's why I've got a third party. I think it's the Toy World. I don't even remember what he's called. He's over there somewhere. Swamper. Toy World Swamper. I don't know why. I kind of liked that one a little bit better than the Fans Project one. But I did get which was called Crocs, I think, or something. But I did get a version of that one. I got the Optimus Prime version. Because They basically made a whole exclusive that one time in that one episode that one thing happened bot. That episode, I don't remember what it was called, but Optimus Prime got destroyed and the Constructicons kind of ripped him apart. They hung his arm with his gun from as like their super defense of their tower, and they had his head just kind of there. And yes, Grand Galvatron, you called it Alligator Con. And so they actually made a figure from the Fans Project's Crocs, which was their Skull Cruncher. They recolored it as Optimus Prime, and he turns into a, well, crocodile. Let's see if we can get this opened up so I won't fully transform him, but yeah, so there's the little crocodile head. So, and he is a head, because it was Skull Cruncher, he is a headmaster. I think this head is from their I want to say their Chrome Dome figure. So that's part of the transformation there. But yeah, so Skull Cruncher, Skull Smasher. The what is it? The Titans Return Skull Smasher. Pretty good toy. The legs were super loose, and they still are because I never tightened them up. But otherwise, I thought it was a really good figure, except for the joints being way too loose. Body parts as a defense. Yeah, that is so crazy that they just hung the arm with his ion cannon just kind of hanging out there. And that was like their super unbeatable defense, was just some dude's arm. Oh, is it the Empire State Building? Okay. I knew it was something. And they had changed it. There you go, City of Steel. See, you guys, there you go. One thing from that one episode syndrome, absolutely. See, it seems like every third-party figures, heck, Masterpiece figures even are coming out with they've got that one thing from that one episode, something there. So, let's see. Monkey Man saying try Jazz and Slug. Yeah, I can see that if you run Slug past. Same kind of thing with the Cliff Jumper or the other ones, where if you send Jazz with his orbital strike and it doesn't quite do all the damage, you can send Slug over and the fire should probably be enough to burn it down. Whether you do Slug's fire first or whether you do it second, either way. But so yeah, I think that would work. That's a good, yeah. Let's see. Body parts are bad comedy. Yeah. Wasn't there an arcade or movie theater near that service? You know, there may have been. All I remember was that service merchandise. That's all I remember. Just because, and all I remember of it was Skull Cruncher. Because I must have been, I don't know, 9. And that's a long time ago to remember. So. There probably was. If I sit and think about it hard enough, it'll probably come back to me. I didn't really live in that area. You know, I was living up a little farther north, so it was that's why it's so unusual that that particular intersection, because I didn't even live in that area. That was quite a ways away from where I was living. But apparently that was on the way to the dentist, who was a little farther away from where we were. So it's kind of crazy, the things you remember. I think Grimlock decided to become the torso of Volcanicus. Well, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Typically, you have anytime you have a team, typically the leader of the team becomes the torso. Kind of like, you know, Hotspot was generally the leader, Silverbolt was generally the leader, Onslaught was generally the leader. Those guys were all the torso of the combiners. excuse me, even Pyra Magna is the leader of the Rust Renegades / Torchbearers, and she is the torso of the Victorion Combiner. Now you have Devastators, really the only combiner that doesn't quite fit that pattern. Even the Predacons, Razorclaw was the leader and he's the torso. Because Devastator has the 6 bots, and the torso isn't just a single bot, it's hook and long haul. And generally, I don't think it's necessarily specifically stated anywhere who the leader of the Constructicons is, but Monkey Man's got it right there. Scrapper tends to be the one speaking for the Constructicons and is generally considered the leader of the Constructicons. There have been times where I think Hook would speak for them and things like that, but I think most people would agree that Scrapper, I think, is the leader of the Constructicons, and he's a leg, just like he says there, he's a leg. So definitely Devastator definitely doesn't fit the mold of all the other ones, which is kind of interesting because he was the first one. So yeah. Did I get Power of the Prime's Inferno? No, I haven't seen him yet. Yeah, Long Haul forms the pants. Yeah, that poor guy. He gets all the jokes. All right. Oh goodness, look at the time. I think I need to be heading out of here, guys. It's been great. You know, I had a great time chatting with all you guys about the game and about the Transformers in general and stuff like that. And man, we didn't even talk about a whole lot about the new stuff. I mean, we did mention about the Punch Counterpunch coming out, and I'm not sure if I have pictures of that anywhere. If we can maybe throw that up there pretty quick. Let's see if I can pull that up. Oh, of course, Twitter's being a pain now. Maybe it's because I'm streaming, the internet's working slow. Anyway. Well, I didn't find that, but I did see a tweet from Transformers Earth Wars where you can download the wallpapers of the G1. Oh, okay, here we go. Let me switch over. There's the Counterpunch, and oh man, that looks good. And I don't know what happened there. Let's see if I can find him again. Let me guess, he's going to be completely gone. Yes, it's all completely blank now. Wonderful. There we go. Yeah, so there's Counterpunch, and there's Punch. I think that's really cool how they did that. Basically, looks like you turn the bot around. And I didn't even notice this the first time, but if you look, they've got different hands. He's got the blue hands, and he's got the red hands, and that's really cool. And even the legs, if you notice, like the legs there, that's like the top of the car, and that's like the bottom of the car, and even the chest is just, and that's totally how the Punch Counterpunch G1 figure worked, even with the front of the cars being out like that. I think the only difference is, in this case, they have the same arms, whereas in the original figure, they actually did have completely separate arms. And then, of course, there's the vehicle mode, which that looks great. That looks really great. And I think that's a little bit better. It's more like a spy, because he's a spy. It's more fitting of a spy, whereas the original G1 Punch Counter Punch was more of a sedan. It's like a Toyota Corolla almost. Very. Although I suppose that would be. This is more of the flashy spy, the James Bond spy, whereas the original one's more of like the real spy, the inconspicuous car, the one you're not going to see coming. So yeah, so there's that. Now it turns out that was TF Source sharing that. That's where I usually buy my figures from. Not sponsored, but what's with all these? This is the crazy thing about Twitter is I follow all of this stuff because of Transformers content, and then we end up getting some non-Transformers, like real-world type content, which I just try to scroll past. So I'm just on here for the bots. There was the other one. Who was the other one that was released or shown? Repugnus. I'm trying to. Nobody cares about Repugnus. Everybody cared about Repugnus when he didn't get a deluxe figure, but now that he was revealed at the same time as Punch Counter Punch, nobody cares about him. Transformers fans are crazy. By the way, Thew, if you haven't seen any of his videos, go check this guy out. He's awesome. He has a little salty language from time to time, so not exactly non-toxic in that vein, but he is very funny, very upbeat, and my goodness, I cannot find this thing. I'm finding just about everything. Okay. Oh yes, I mean yes. This Beast Wars Megatron looks great. But do we really need a toothbrush? I mean, this is hilarious, don't get me wrong. But, I wouldn't mind saving $10 and not having a toothbrush, These pictures were all over the place yesterday, and now they're nowhere to be found. That almost looked like Repugnus, but that's a... Is that a goalie mask? I think that's a hockey goalie mask that's painted like Iron Man. See. Oh, that's pretty cool. Punch Counter Punch, looking at himself in the mirror. That was pretty cool. Alright, I'm not finding it. But, yeah, apparently the SDC exclusive is like a gold version of the, I think that's the Studio Series Bumblebee. And I think I saw somebody say they found that same Camaro like almost in a gold color, like in the Terminator. Like Terminator 2. So that was pretty funny. Let's see. Alright, so Monkey Man, we got Decepticons on the walls, Decepticons on the gates, Decepticons. If we defeat the walls, they're still in the air. If we defeat them out the air, they're still in the gates. So where does that leave us? Nowhere, that's where. Wow, I actually pulled that off. Almost as... No, okay, no, not anywhere near as John Machida Jr. Blur, obviously. So, but thanks for writing that out for me. Made it a lot easier to say fast. He needs his dental hygiene. Very cool, fun. Would it be funny if there was an Autobot that transforms into an elephant? There are from Beast Wars. I forget who it was, but I know Transformers Collectors Club did an exclusive. It was Ultra Mammoth. It was a mammoth, not so much an elephant, but they're out there. Go look. Alright, Monkey Man, thanks for stopping by. We're going to be heading out of here, too. Texatron says, a lot of people don't seem to care about Toxitron. For some time, some players thought my player name was spin on his name. You know, I could totally see that. But yeah, Toxitron was cool. The Collector Club put out a Toxitron. I've got him, and it was a repaint of the Combiner Wars Optimus Prime. Actually, a repaint of the Combiner Wars Menasor with like an Optimus Prime and Optimus Maximus head, which does kind of cause a little bit of the problem closing up for the vehicle mode. But he looks great. Looks great. Maybe I'll show him off at some point. Let's see. Who's superior, Optimus Prime or Soundwave? Depends who you'd ask. Soundwave would say he's superior. Hello, Red. Let's see. Okay. Alright, everybody. It's going to be time to get going. Thank you so much for hanging out, and thanks for understanding that I was running a little bit late today. But we did get it done today, and I almost had to push it off till tomorrow, and I really didn't want to do that. But thank you so much for actually being here. And if anybody's in the chat and watching the stream right now and wasn't here for the beginning, it is an individual event up for normal battle zones up to 10,000, and you have the opportunity to win 2, 3, and 4-star shards, as well as a bronze, a silver, and a gold G1 power core chip. So good luck to everybody in the event, and maybe I'll see you in the Earth Wars stream tomorrow if I can manage to get away from work for a little while. Other than that, I think that's going to do it. I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends. Thanks for watching.